Okay, welcome to the class. So, in our previous sessions, we have discussed about the fundamental pedogenic process and we have listed out the specific pedogenic process. So, please, before coming to this class, please follow my previous lectures so that you can feel some continuation. So, now let us see one of the important specific pedogenic process is your calcification. What is calcification? Name itself is says it is nothing but your precipitation of calcium. Let us see in detail. So, calcification is nothing but it is a process of precipitation and accumulation of calcium carbonate in some parts of profile. So, mostly this particular calcification is very popular or very common in arid and semi-arid regions where rainfall is very low, right? So whereas the rainfall was very low, there we can see this calcification process, nothing but accumulation of calcium carbonate in the profile. It is called the calcification. Just like in this profile, you can see here these are its different profiles like AH and BW. You see here this BK, this white color incrustation you can see here. This is nothing but your calcification, calcified layer or the accumulation of calcium we can observe here. So while doing some profile study, if we put a drop of diluted acid upon this white color incrustation, we can see some efflorescence or some hissing sounds we can observe in this layer. Let us go some detail more how this will happen, what type of chemistry behind in this accumulation we'll see. So it is nothing but a illuviated horizon of calcium carbonate, it designated as calcic horizon. Is nothing but elevated. What is elevation and all we have discussed? Elevation means nothing but whatever the calcium components are there in the upper one will be deposited in this lower region area of B horizon. It is called calcic horizon. Mostly we will represent that horizon as a BK. And whenever there is, and if you want to speak about the chemistry regarding the calcification, whenever there is a high carbon dioxide is produced in the soil, and this will combine with the water. And what will happen when the carbon dioxide and water combine? It leads to the formation of H2CO3. That is nothing but your carbonic acid. Later, this then what will happen? This carbonic acid dissolves the calcium carbonate in soil into a soluble calcium bicarbonate. And after when this calcium bicarbonate was what will happen? This calcium carbonate will be percolated to downwards, percolated to the downwards, and that leads to the your famous called calcium bicarbonate will be percolated through water, right? And again, what will happen? Again, the situation where high temperature and low carbon dioxide prevails, there will be a calcium carbonate precipitation will be takes place as shown in this image. So ultimately, one word, what I have to say means, whatever the calcium carbonate is there, water will be combined with the carbon dioxide and leads to the carbonic acid, and that carbonic acid will dissolve the calcium carbonate present in the soil, and that leads to the formation of a soluble form of calcium bicarbonate, and that calcium bicarbonate will be leached down and that leads to the formation of calcium precipitates in the lower region where the favorable climate conditions like high temperature and low carbon dioxide prevails. So let us see some continuation to this class to the calcification. So the calcium components are mostly in solution as long as concentration of carbon dioxide is maintained, right? If there is a good concentration of carbon dioxide is there, means what will happen? There will be a there will be a good supply of carbonic acid, and that carbonic acid will dissolve the calcium carbonate, and that leads to the formation of a calcium soluble form of calcium carbonate, and that calcium carbonate will be elevated to the lower regions, and that's there we can see some calcification process is prevalent. So the depth, and moreover this depth of this calcic horizon, so this layer this white color layer, if I want to show you this white color layer, this white color layer is called your calcic horizon or elevated calcium carbonate. That's called your calcic horizon due to the calcification. Depends upon the percolation of rainwater, groundwater depth, and amount of rainfall and texture of the soils. So that depends on the all the conditions. For example, if you see the depth of the calcium layer will varies in hot and arid zone, we can see the depth of that means the thickness of this layer will be less than 50 centimeters in hot and arid zone, and semi-arid zone we can see 100 to 150 centimeters we can see, and followed by in subhumid the calcium carbonate accumulation we can see and almost more than 150 centimeters, right? So now let us jump into another important specific pedogenic process called your decalcification. It is nothing but quite opposite. It reverses to the calcium carbonate. What will happen is the process of removal of calcium carbonate or calcium ions from the soil by leaching. What is this leaching and elevation and all we have discussed in our previous fundamental pedogenic process. Please follow this video link in the description. Right. So this is how the calcium carbonate and carbon dioxide and water will leads to the formation of soluble form of calcium carbonate. It's the reverse of the, quite I want to say this, it's the reverse of your decalcification. Thank you.